What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Coming at you with yet again another perfume experience. And for today, I'm going over Ensar Oud's Tuberose, which is again another item from his atelier that unfortunately isn't available anymore. So I will not be sharing with you the description or the sort of notes from his website. Rather, I will go over the sampler. Whoa. Sampler I have over here. There we go. If I can get this to focus. And it's not focusing. Okay. Yeah, so I will go over the sampler with you guys just to share my thoughts in case it does come again on the website and you're able to buy it. I'm almost certain that you can actually reach out via email and obtain from him any of these oils if you need to, just because I do know quite a bit of other artisanal perfumers do reach out to him and they buy their oils from him. So just food for thought there. But with that said, before we get started, and as per tradition on this channel, make sure to grab your favorite snack, your favorite bevy or cafe. I'm already caffeinated, so I won't be having one today, but do so and sit back, relax, and enjoy the awesomeness coming your way. Okay. So first of all, first comment is that this stuff is thick. It is straight up honey-like, molasses, resinous, thick oud oil-like in terms of its consistency and texture. It's dark orange, okay? Now, I find that tuberose a lot of the time for me is very close to jasmine, but for whatever reason, smelling the tuberose flower is not the same as smelling the oil. If you smell a jasmine bush, it smells like the jasmine oil if it's really good quality. With tuberose, that is not the case. Now, I will tell you before we get started on this is that the oil here does not smell like the tuberose flower, okay? This is very concentrated and it's very thick, so you're getting a different profile or side of a tuberose flower, okay? Personally, I would have rather this capture the profile of a tuberose bush or a stalk of tuberose flowers, but that's not the case. So what I'm gonna do is now is just open this up, which is surprisingly very loose. Okay, and oh man, wow, I don't know what is it, but with these samplers, the oil captured at the top of the applicator tends to smell the best. Wow. Oh my god. Okay, so let's start with this side because I'm getting two very different facets and profiles here. Wow, this is whoa, I'm getting high on this. First of all, this does not smell like tuberose flower at all. What I'm getting here is creamy, buttery richness, bordering on gourmand without being gourmand, which is interesting because I can't quite put my nose on. Wow. There's an airy, almost mentholic quality mixed in with that gourmand bit. This is, whoa. I'm getting hints of the tuberose bush now, or the flower. I keep saying bush. But it's not at all captured in here the same way as a flower. This is very different. I'm getting hints of a spice, almost cinnamon like when you have rice pudding with you know what? That's what it reminds me a bit of. It's like this is why I said hints of gourmandish, and there's the spiciness, mentholiness. It's like a rice pudding with cinnamon in it. So it's like rich, creamy, decadent, spicy. There is hints of floral in there, but they're just they're not like, if you were to smell this on its own, you would not have thought of this as a flower. Wow. This is whoa. Okay. So that's that side of the sampler applicator. Now let's go to this side. Okay, here I'm getting jamminess. I'm getting quite a bit of green, like the greenery on a flower stalk. There's also a guava-like profile in here, so you know that when you cut open into a fresh guava, you get this sort of unripe, green, fresh, slightly citrus quality to the fruit. Wow. Yeah, so it's also surprisingly, even though it's oily, thick, and resinous, I'm not getting that in the scent profile. Aside from, as I mentioned earlier, there's slight jamminess to this. There's something else in here. Yeah, so I got a bit of that floral in there, again with slightly that mentholy, possibly even a slight incense note. What is that note? There's something in here I don't know how to. Okay. You know, this would have been one of those moments where having the coffee around would have been nice because it would reset my nostrils, but I think I will stop here because I can't smell anymore. So again, just to capture the oh wow, okay, I got quite a bit of it on my hand, and it's thick orange. Actually, you know what? Once you spread it out, like I just did now, you get that floral note in there, and it's so nice. Now it's light, aromatic, floral, very pleasant, very much like jasmine, but very different at the same time. It's very buttery, creamy, rich, spicy, mentholy, incensey, jammy, green, guava-like. And I'm starting to get also, now that I've spread it out, other than the floral, a peach apricot facet, which is actually very reflective of this here. Very complex. Okay, so that's more or less the profile on what you can expect to get with the tuberose oil from Ensar Oud. Now, can you wear this as a standalone like a jasmine oil? Personally, for me, I'm gonna go ahead and say no. I think you need this to be blended with something. Even right now, as I've wiped it on my skin, from a performance standpoint, it's not that great. This is a very creamy, buttery, rich oil. So I believe it's intended to provide texture in a composition rather than to be used standalone. You guys can correct me wrong in the comments if you think otherwise, but that's just my impression of it. You can use it with something else like a musk or an artificial musk like a white musk or a broxen to kind of give it lift, but on its own I just can't see this working the way jasmine works great on its own. This does require a bit of help for it to perform. So I would get into sort of the stats and profile of it, but honestly, I don't think there's gonna be a point in doing that, just because I can't see you using this on your own. So I don't want to waste your time talking about projection, trail, and silage and whatnot, because there's none for this on its own. So yeah, so if you do consider getting this oil from Ensar, I know it's not on the website anymore, but you probably can reach out and order some. Uh, you either obtain this because you are a perfumer, that you're gonna make your own composition, your own perfume, or you are getting a sample to get a sense of what the tuberose note smells like as a standalone. So when you do smell it in your perfume, you can recognize it. But otherwise, I don't really see the point of getting this oil for its own sake, unless, like I said, you're gonna do your own composition or your own mix. In which case, by all means, go for it. But otherwise, honestly, fantastic scent profile, and really, really like it, and I find it enjoyable. And yeah, tuberose is one of those florals that I enjoy quite a bit in compositions. And yeah, nothing but accolades to say about this. Um, so yeah, if you are into tuberose notes, or if you're into tuberose perfumes, hopefully this helps you get a sense of what to expect when you do obtain or procure a tuberose based scent. And with that said, you guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here as per usual. Very much appreciate your time and attention, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.